or they just defeated Og Melech Bashan and Sichon Melech Amori, and the Jews are just about to go into the land of Israel, and all of a sudden comes along Reuven and Gad, and they put a big damper on the whole party. So let's have a look and see what's going on over here. We are in chapter Lamed Beit. Chapter Lamed Beit.
Are you going to put it up, or would you like me to put it up?
You can put it up. Sure, I would be more than willing to let you put it up. I'm more than willing. I'd be willing. What does it mean, more than willing? I'm willing. Here we go. Okay, good. Mikne Rav haya lebnei Gad uvelnei hayirei bnei Reuven uvelnei Gad. Atzumo, there's a very famous mimer about this in Samech Vav. Let's see if we can make this thing up. Here we go. First person, it's the beginning of the third portion, I think. Third portion of the reading. Here we go. Up. There it is. There it is. Fourth portion. Third portion. All right, let me try to see. Can I make this bigger? On my thing, at least I can make it bigger. Here we go. All right. Interesting story. Mikne Rav, there was a lot of sheep to Bnei Reuven and Bnei Gad. Atzum mod. Tremendous number of sheep and cattle. And Vayiru at the Eretz Yazer vet Eretz Gilad. They saw the land of Yazer and Gilad. And we're going to see that was in the area of Sichan and Og before they went into the land of Israel. Makom mikneh. It's a beautiful place for pasture. Vayobo b'nei Gad and b'nei Reuven vayomer el Moshe. They went to Moshe and they said to Elazar Kohen, ve'el nasiei Aidan, to all the heads of the tribes, Ataroz Divan Yazer v'Nimra Cheshvan ve'elalei Ushvam unavo ba'on. Ba'on. All these towns. What are all these towns? Let's see 1 second. What are they? Let's look at Rashi. Me'eretz Sichon ve'og hayu. These were cities that were in Eretz Sichon and Og. Huge area. Ha'eretz asher hika Hashem lifnei adas Yisrael, the land which God has smitten, which defeated for the Jews. Eretz Mikneh. Look, it's grazing land. And look at this hashgacha pratis la'avodecha and Mikneh. We have a lot of sheep and cattle and things. Vayomer, when they said bnei Gad and bnei Reuven, they said imatzanu chen beinecha yutan et ha'oretz hazot la'avodecha. If we found favor in your eyes, let this land be given to us, your servants, la'chuzah, for our portion. Al tavirenu what they are doing. We don't even want to go over the Jordan. You know, our portion that was supposed to be in the land of Israel, we'll give that up for the other tribes. You can divide it up. Vayomer Moshe b'nei Gad b'nei Reuven. Moshe said to the son Gad and Reuven, "Are you joking around? Are you kidding? Your brothers are going to go and they're going to fight. And they had to go into the land of Israel. They fought for 7 years to conquer the land. And interestingly enough, the Jews did not mind going in. You know, they were so afraid before, but now they're not afraid. It's a new generation. They're going to go and they're going to conquer the land. And you're going to sit here with your land? What are you going to, it's their consolation that, oh, well, you know, we're giving up our land. So, you know, you go in there, it's Israel and fight for it. Here we found, look at this, beautiful land. We don't even have to fight for it. We already fought. We defeated Sichan and Og. So somebody has to benefit from it. Let us benefit. And, you know, we've already fought our battles. Now you go in and take over the land. That's what Moshe thought they were saying. This is an expression of wonder. In other words, it's a rhetorical question, what they call. Rhetorical question. You're going to stay over here and your brothers are going to go into the land and they're going to fight? Lama tini'un. Lama teni'un et leiv b'nei Yisrael. We'll see what this word teni'un means. Teni'un means like you're weakening. We'll see. Why are you weakening the heart of the other Jews, me'ever al-oretz, to go into the land of Israel? Asher natan lehem Hashem, which God gave them. I mean, hey, God gave them. What are you afraid of going into the land of Israel for? God gave it the land. If you're afraid, then that's like 1/6 of, that's 1/6 of the tribes. It's 2 tribes. It's 12 tribes, and you're not gonna go into the land of Israel. Lama teniyun, says the Rebbe, what does it mean? Tasiru, you will remove hamaniu, and you will prevent their heart from going over. Sheyu svorim she'atem yurim. Everyone is going to think that you're afraid to go before them in war. V'chozekarim because you're afraid of the nations that are in Israel, Canaan. They're too powerful. I'll start to think, hey, if they're afraid, maybe we should be afraid also. Let's be a little bit logical over here. Koa asu abotechem. Moshe says, doesn't let up. Said, you're doing the same thing as your forefathers did. Remember that when we got out of Egypt, and we said, let's all go into the land of Israel? What did your forefathers do? I sent these spies from Kodesh Barnea, that was the name of the place. V'sheni Kodeshu, there were 2 places that were called Kodesh, from Kodesh Barnea and from Kodesh and Kodesh Barnea. V'yalu al Nachal, and your forefathers, remember the 12 spies? They went from a place called Nachal Eshkal. They saw the land, and they came back and weakened the hearts of their brothers, Libilti B'al Oretz, and they convinced them not to go. Asher nasan lehem, the land that God gave them. Vayichar af Hashem b'yomahu, and God got mad. Remember, God got mad. V'yishava, and he swore, and he said, now, of course, these people don't remember, because this happened like almost 40 years ago, like 38 years ago, whatever. 39 years earlier. Now they're about to go into the land of Israel. And it's the same story over again, repeats itself. Hey, we're about to go in. Everybody sort of wants to go in. And you are being like the spies. You're going to convince everybody not to go in. And I told them, God got angry. And he said, if the people that are 20 years old will see the land, wait, they don't want to go into the land of Israel. Remember back then? So you know what? They'll get their wish. Everyone who's above 20 years old will not see the land that I swore to Avram, Yitzchak, and Yaakov to give to them. Why? Because these people are not willing to follow me. Please scroll up. Bilti, except for Kalev ben Yefuna, Hakanizi, and Yeshua ben Nun, because they followed after me. Okay, Rashi says, what is a Kanizi? That he was the son of the wife of Kanaz. Kanaz had a wife that was married before, and Kalev was the son, so he's called the Kanizi. Anyway,
the
stepson. The Yoldalo Imo gave birth to him. The mother of Kalev shall Kalev at Atniel. The mother of Kalev gave birth to, the Yoldalo Imo shall Kalev at Atniel. Then the mother of Kalev, she gave birth to Atniel. So that was Kalev's mother gave birth to him, and also to Atniel. In any case, he was called the Kanizi for that. Vayichar af Hashem b'Yisrael, and now Moshe is still talking, right? Bnei Gad and Bnei Ruvain, he's not letting him getting a word in, right? Moshe just really flew off the handle, and he said, you remember back then, you're doing the same thing they did back then. God got angry with the Jews, and he made them wander around in the desert for 40 years until that whole generation died, and because they did bad in the eyes of God, right? It was in Ni'em, he made them wander around, Nav and Nud. Moshe is continuing on. Now you're in the place of your forefathers. Tarbus anashim chataim. You have tarbus means you've learned. That's what the Targum. You have learned the way of Targum. You have learned the way of anashim, of sinners. We're supposed to increase more. And supposed means to add on. Charon, you'll see. Charon af Hashem al Yisrael. You want to make God more angry. Come on, I mean, I thought we finished that already. We wandered around 40 years in the desert, and enough. You want to renew that anger of God. Lispos, it means like safu shana shana. Avonotechem safu. It means tosefet, adding on. Ki teshuvon me'acharav. Now you're going to turn back from God. V'Yosef od lahanicho b'midbar, and God's going to leave us more in the desert. V'shachosem l'kol ha'amazen. You want to destroy these people also? Okay, Moshe finished this whole thing, and they're quiet the whole time, Reuven and God, and they said, "Wow, Moshe, no, we're really sorry. We didn't say this thing right. We didn't say this thing right. We didn't mean we wanted to stay here in the desert and not go in and fight." So you don't understand, Moshe. I'm sorry. We were misleading. We're going to build stalls for our sheep over here. And we'll build also cities for our children, our wives and children. What does it mean? They worried more about their money than they did about their own children, Reuven and God. First of all, we're going to build places for our sheep and our cows, and we'll also build places for our children. Moshe said, "Lo kenasu, that's not what you should do. The main thing is the children, and then the secondary thing is your children." He's going to see. First of all, build cities for your children and your wives and children, and afterwards you can build for your sheep. Anyway, so the Reuven and God are continuing on. And we will go over speedily, armed to the teeth. We'll be before everybody else. Before we return back to our place. And we'll leave to our children over there that we're going to leave behind. Because of those who dwell in the land. We're just going to leave our children back there, Moshe, but we're not going to stay back. No way. Right? We're not going to stay there. Here it says, Nizdarzu, we will speed up Gayasot and our armies, Mitoch Giburim, because they were the strong ones. Reuven, especially God, says they were really powerful. Shechen, because it says about God and the blessing that Moses gave to God, Toraf Zoroa Af Kod, that they were so strong that they used to smite people with their sword. They could cut off half of their body. They would cut off the arm with the head together. Whoop. Also, Moshe returned back. He said again, he repeated this whole story. You must go armed before your brothers, Bnei Israel, Kol Bnei Chayil, all of your soldiers. In Jericho, it says, Jericho was the first place they conquered. So it says the ones who went and conquered it, knocked it down. The first ones, that was Reuven and God, tribe of God. Yeshiv Tapenu will Itzala Achinu, while our brothers, our children will be back there. Ba'arei Mivtzar, that we're going to build now, as Lo Neshuva Batenu, and Reuven and God said, we're not going to go back to our lands. We're going to be with you the whole time we fight, until Nachla ben Yisrael, until we have conquered all of the inhabitants of the land. Ki lo ninchal itam me'ever Yarden b'hala, ki bo nachlasenu aleinu me'ever Yarden mizracha. We're not going to take any land on the western side of the Jordan. Ours is going to be only on the eastern side of the Jordan. That's where we want our land. Me'ever Yarden, that means we're not going to take on the western side. Because we have already our portion. This is going to be tomorrow's reading, but let's just finish it off so we have a nice ending here. Moshe said, okay, if you're going to do that, if you go first and you go armed across the Jordan River, to fight the land, our enemies, is v'nichbashu ha'oretz lifnei Hashem. And then afterwards you can go back and you will be clean in front of God, in front of the Jewish people. Then the land will be yours and it will be in front of God. And interestingly enough, Moshe, in the end, he was buried over there in this area where they took over. And it says that was one of the reasons why they wanted to be there, because they heard that Moshe was not going to go into the land of Israel. So they wanted to stay in the desert to be with Moshe. And really, in the future, that land that they conquered, Og and this and Moab, and it says that the land of Ammon and Moab and Edom, that is the Cani and the Kenizi and the Kadmoni that God promised to Abraham, or God promised, if you look over there in the Brit Bein HaBetarim, the covenant that God made with Abraham, he promised Abraham 10 lands, 10 countries, whatever. Right? And he only gave him 7. And God always keeps his promise. So it says those other 3 are going to be in the days of the Mashiach. So he says that was really the positive reason why that they wanted to stay over there on the other side. Interestingly enough, you're going to see in another minute over here, this is going to be, I think, tomorrow, that, let's see, where is this here? Let's see if we can get to this here. So he gives over here, where is this? Yes. Anyway, he gives the land to Reuven and Gad. Oh, here it is. Vayiten lem Moshe. So Moshe gave them, we're now on sentence number Lamed Gimel, Moshe to Bnei Gad and to Bnei Reuven and to the half of the tribe of Manasseh. Sichon Melech, where did they come from? Where did Manasseh come in there? Half of the tribe of Manasseh, they weren't even mentioned up to now. All of a sudden, Manasseh gets to, where's this half of a tribe of Manasseh somewhere? And interestingly enough, Rashi doesn't explain it, nothing. How did they get in there? So the Rebbe has a sikha about that. It's pretty interesting. The Rebbe has a sikha, and he says, how did half of the tribe of Manasseh? He said that Manasseh, they had a special love of the land of Israel, Manasseh. So those were the daughters of Tzalafchad. They came from the tribe of Manasseh. Tzalafchad. They came from the tribe of Manasseh. And they had a special love for the land of Israel. On the other hand, they had a special love for all of Israel. Not just Israel as it was going to be given, but right back then, but Israel as the Mashiach was going to give it. And not only that, they also wanted to stay with Moshe. They were tremendously loyal to Moshe. So they sort of made this sort of agreement. I mean, we can learn the sikha. I'm just telling you the outcome of it. That half of them would go into the land of Israel to take it now, and the other half of them would stay on the other side, and so Moshe gave it. And that's why they didn't even request. They didn't request this other part on the other side with Reuven and God. They didn't request. Moshe just gave it to them because he realized their tremendous love of the total land of Israel, the complete land of Israel, as it's going to be in the days of the Mashiach. So that's today's Chitas. Good. Let's do Pirkei Avos. Today we'll